Welcome to SmartWatchTicks, a YouTube channel dedicated to smartwatches, and here's the situation. Holidays are coming. You know you want a smartwatch, and you want to know which one you're going to ask for the holidays. You ready? Here we go. So you took a look at the X1 and the X5, which is a larger screened watch, and decided for you want to stick with the smaller size screen. But you don't know whether to get the X1 or the X3. Well, this will be a short video because they are identical except for a few minor and major things. First of all, the bands. This must be, for many people, the deciding factor. If they're identical watches in how they operate, do you want the leather band or do you want the silicone band? Now, there's pluses and minuses to each. You have to kind of decide for yourself. If you have a chance to test out and try on other watches with leather bands or silicone bands and get the feel for them, then you'll know which one is right for you. The other thing that's totally different is the buttonology. We have one button, one simple single button on the X1, of course, and on the X3, we have two. You saw me push the top one. That works just like the center one here. So if I happen to go into, say, my settings, and then I went into, I don't know, the display, and they're set for 2 minutes each, and I go into the setup for that. Now watch what happens. If I push the center button on the X1, it takes me right back here. If I push the top button, it takes me right back there. But if I'm deeper in here and I hit the bottom button, it takes me back one level at a time. So that extra button is a nice feature if you want it, and you can go all the way back that way. Two buttons, one. Now, here's something interesting too. If you're really looking for a watch that feels smaller, let me take the docks off. We're going to talk about the docks in a second. Notice, as subtle as it is, that you have a button sticking out there. You see it against the black there? And that can make this watch look a little larger than the softer buttons that you see here. The two buttons are almost completely subdued on the X3. On the X1, the one button kind of stands out. So if you're looking for the smallest watch, say this is for a very small-armed person, and this is about as small as you can get in a pure Android watch, you might consider the X3, as long as the silicone band is agreeable with you. Now the docks obviously are different because there's a cutout, one single cutout for the one button on the X1, two on the X3, but other than that, they're solid, good constructed, and the interface is right there. They're, I'd say, identical, except they're non-interchangeable, of course, because the buttons have to sit there. So, between the X1 and the X3, it's your choice. But one more thing to consider is the color. Here's an X3 in black against the X3 in silver. I think you'll find that the X3 black, all black, will actually look smaller. It's the same size, but it will look smaller, feel smaller in a sense. I guess that one's off. It'll be smaller on your wrist in view than the silver one. Let's check it out while that one's booting up. Put this one on. And move everything out of the way. There is the X3 in silver. Here, booting up still, is the X3 in black. And all that contrasts with the X1, also in silver, and of course the X1 in black would be black with just a black button as well. Okay, X1, X3, X3 in black. Now you know which one you want.